But my next question comes from Teal with it. He is a Jags fan. Any chance they re-add a Tony Bruno-like show podcast, Rich Eisen or NFL Network, he's talking about to Madden, that they had in Madden, as well as an updated version of the newspaper recap after the game? Now, it is really funny and cool that you brought this up, Teal, with it, because I'm going to talk to you about, and you see this. Now, this is not a typo. It says Madden 23. I know Madden 22 is coming out next month, but I'm going to tell you something. We've already seen pretty much what franchise mode, what the whole interface looks like in Madden 22, and it's improved. It is. The presentation itself, we've kind of already seen it. So it's not really this major reveals. If you played the play test, if you've seen anything, screenshots or whatever from the play test, if you saw the franchise mode deep dive, you know what it looks like. I'm looking at Madden 23 as being the version of the game that starts to kind of do some distancing from old Madden games and really kind of breaking some new ground, right? So the first thing I want you guys to understand, and if you don't know this gentleman, you should. EA hired a gentleman by the name of Deuce Douglas to work on franchise mode. And I think this was just maybe 6 to 8 months ago. He just made the announcement on social media himself. And so I don't know if you know him. He has a YouTube channel. It only ended up having like 6,000 subscribers. He don't need it no more because he's doing work, right? So he totally gets it. Okay. He totally gets it from a franchise mode standpoint, right? And one of the things that, if you look at his YouTube channel, now remind you, this person is now working on franchise mode with EA. But if you look at his YouTube videos and you pay attention, and they're detailed and long, and they're really for hardcore franchise people. But he is a proponent of using assets that are already in the game to improve the franchise HUD, right? And so I'm going to show you a few mock-ups that he did that kind of show you. And now you're going to see these screens and you're going to swear they're from a Madden version that you just haven't played. This is just how talented and like visionary type of skills that Deuce Douglas has. Take a look at this. This is not like a Madden screen. This is, you see this Madden Weekly over here? My man created, and I love the Aaron reference to Key and Peele skit, but my man took and created his own in-game Madden magazine. And if you listen to his video, I'm gonna try to put the link to it in I just thought about that, actually. I should have put the link to the video in the description. I'll probably go back and add that in retrospect. But he has created this magazine that works as like the front for your information HUD inside a franchise mode. And so you look at it, it's not a loss. Cleveland ends their 18-game losing streak in the weirdest way possible as they tie the Steelers 21-21. Captain Kirk Cousins throws for 244 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Vikings start the year on a strong note. So this is not even going crazy, right? And delivering some stuff that we've never seen before. This is all these screenshots and everything. This is all stuff that's already in the game. And the verbiage that I'm giving you is not verbatim to what Deuce Douglas said, but it's essentially me paraphrasing what he said in the videos, talking about, you know, his vision for it. And this is obviously before he was working there, right? So, and I'm quite sure what we're looking at here has a lot to do with him getting hired, right? So here's another page of Madden Weekly. It has 2018 season predictions for MVPs, divisional winners. So the in-game magazine has these pages that you can flip and continue to look at all of this stuff. And I'm telling you, for me personally, as a franchise person, I would probably at the end of every game, I would go in to look at this to see what images or whatever was there. Would it be dope? Obviously, if they had, you know, some highlights and stuff of games. We're going to get into that in a minute, a little bit later in a couple questions. But this is something that I want you to kind of understand. The person who did these mock-ups now works for EA on Madden franchise. So if you're wondering what the franchise mode HUD might look like down the road, I think this is a pretty good indication. I think that, like I said, it's an outside chance we see some highlights from the previous week in Madden 23, right? Now, previously, I do know that EA said, oh, you know, back in NFL 2K, it was only like a collection of 12 to 16 plays you kept watching over and over again. I'm gonna be honest with you, I barely even noticed or recognized that. All I know was that I felt like I was involved in the entire season. And I looked forward to the weekly wrap-up show. I looked forward to the halftime show. I watched it. I literally watched it. I don't watch it anymore with Madden because it's not going to show me anything. So just something to keep in mind. I don't watch it. So, and don't they want us to watch it? Just think about it from a monetary standpoint. And because this, whenever you're trying to get a business to do something that you want them to do, you got to think about it from a monetary standpoint, right? Think about the fact that EA could say, we're going to do a full out halftime show that we want people to watch. Well, how can we monetize that without, of course, pushing off money on the consumer? Madden 23 halftime show powered by T-Mobile. Madden 23 halftime show powered by Logitech. And essentially what you do is you have your halftime show, you blow it out, you make it good, you make it to a point where people are going to want to watch it. And you say, hey, Logitech, hey, T-Mobile, you know, Madden's a pretty big deal. Sells millions and millions of copies every year. We have so and so and so and so amount of, you know, online users, and so and so amount of offline users. We could drop, you know, we can make you the official sponsor of our halftime show, and your name and logos all over this bad boy. Here's the amount. Here's the fee for having this advertising space. And I don't know if anybody can tell you'll be in front of more people than we can by giving you this. They're going to be able to sell that. And you have T-Mobile flashing on and off throughout. I mean, just think about the way you watch the real NFL. All of that stuff is powered by this company. This is how the networks monetize the different segments of a football game that you watch. I think that one of the biggest things or best things that EA can do, and even 2K can do, and 2K already does it to a degree, one of the biggest things that they can do is look at their in-game sports presentation as a network. We have our own network, like a broadcast network. And in some instances, the numbers that we can do can just about rival what a network is getting for just having a real life IRL game, and flip that and turn that into presentation, turn that into worthwhile presentation and monetary gain. And so that at that point, maybe it becomes more important to them to do the type of presentation that franchise mode people want, because you can sell this on how many viewers. That's how you sell advertising. You sell advertising by how many eyeballs can you promise a company will be on their product if they pay for this spot. And to me, that's the best of both worlds.